Okay, so go ahead, continue.
Okay, now that Word is behaving itself again. So you cut and paste. Hopefully this time it will in fact paste the right thing.
Right.
And my Word. There you go. Okay.
Cool.
This is a subhead here, which has there's a field for that down below here. Okay.
Right. So we have a structured field. This is where we start to structure the article and where those tags come in, which you already told.
Each of these fields down there will be tagged when they come out on the reverse publishing. And here's a byline.
Excellent.
Yep, didn't do that one. So, yeah, my Word is stupid. It's sometimes it doesn't it takes a minute for it to
update the buffer.
Yeah, the buffer is stupid on my Word. I have captions at the bottom. We'll do those in a minute after we show the text of it.
Okay, perfect. Yep. So we'll see how an image will work with them.
A second. Yeah, a second. Back. Control Z that.
No problem. Take your time. Now, I just want to again set the stage here a little bit, really quick. So the idea of reverse publishing, the definition would be publishing it on the web first. So it's like web to print.
Right.
So this is the first place that this is really being published. Possibly, actually, you wait until the print edition comes out. So you do it a little bit.
Although it depends. Like last night I had a story that was timely, so I put it online and then I'm sending that one back out to the printer later. Yeah,
exactly.
There's different ways to do it.
That's the benefit. You can do that. So go ahead.
Right. Okay, so this is the text of the article I pasted in while you were talking. I also have some captions that are down here, and for those, what you want to do is you can just drag your photo into the location in the article you wanted. I'm just going to put it up at the top here. Okay, that takes a second. Right. There it is, that one. Okay, so this, and for this one, you'd put the captions in these fields here. So let me do that. No, sorry.
So
yeah, this is Word. This is not your program.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, just to explain what's happening here, this is the media library on WordPress.
Right.
And so she is now creating a file on there for the image, and the caption is going to be associated with that image going forward. It's in the metadata. Right. So when she pastes that in there and saves it, it will.
The other thing, another thing you have here is your alt text, which a lot of publishers have been learning that you need to put alt text for each of your photos to maintain ADA compliance. I often use the same caption if it's just describing the kid playing his piano. I'm sorry, his whatever saxophone.
Right.
So if it's an image, sometimes I'll write a description of the image because that's probably a better practice. Yeah. You can also right here you can give a size to it and alignment to it, although you can also move things around manually too. So that pops it in right here, and it's on the left. I'm just going to stick the other pictures, say here, just so we have it.
Okay, great.
All right. That one's loading a little faster. Okay, and while that's loading, I'm going to hopefully Word will behave itself and I can put the right caption in. Okay.
We have a question here that I want to get in really quick from someone. So these are images that are going to end up in Adobe for the print edition. So how does that work with like uploading the image to the website? How do we get the print quality out at the end?
Actually, I checked that, and the quality is the same going in as going out. It's got the same size file. It doesn't seem to downgrade it, which is really good. That would have been a problem, in fact.
That's perfect. I'm glad you checked it, because I was going to say the answer on that I happen to know is that we just save the original image and export that. We create a copy in RGB, and that's what's displayed here. And also, when you said you could set the size on the image, that's only going to downgrade the RGB. It's only going to shrink the RGB, not the original that goes out to print. So,
yeah, and that's a good point, because when I color balance my photos, I color balance them to a CMYK palette for the printer. But I think, change them back to RGB, which is actually a good practice.
Exactly. That's what you need to do for the web. But yeah, if your practice is CMYK for print, we
Right.
can still handle that. So,
All
okay,
right.
great question. Keep them
Yeah.
coming, but go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. And so now I've got everything put in there, set up in there. And here is where I'm going to start using the different tools that our hometown has on the side. They're all over on my screen. They're all over on the side here. In the event you don't see any of them, where's the screen? Oh, there's a, okay, but I think there's a screen options thing here because I may have turned off a few of the things that are normally on the side.
Oh, I think if you just scroll up a little bit, is that
Oh,
right?
is it?
Are you already
Oh,
scrolled
yeah,
to?
okay. Yeah, so
Oh,
if any of the things on the right on my screen don't appear on yours, you should be able to find them up here. I just turned off
right,
some stuff that I don't use.
right.
Okay.
Good.
All right. I'll get back to these in a minute, but let's go down here. Now, one thing Matt mentioned is that I like to save the publication on our website until right around when our print edition goes out, just for reasons. Other people might want to put it out immediately, in which case you'll be changing this field here. For me, right now, because I don't want this to go live right on my website right now, I'm just going to make it a date sometime next week so that it's not, going to be live on the website. You can make it any date you want. If you wanted to not change the date and have it go out, you can just say OK right here. So this will change it from publish to schedule instead. We're not going to schedule it yet because there's a couple things we got to do first.
Nice.
You have to give everything a category tag because the way your website works is that there are these what they call widgets which pick up tags from each of your articles, and you can tell it how to display them. So we're going to call this one community because I have a widget that looks for community articles and then displays them in a particular way that I want. I like to tag things. I think this came from our school district, so I'm just going to call it Garden City Public Schools. There's a feature that you can have articles with similar tags display near each other, so that's why I like to do that. Let's add that. Your edition tag is important because I guess nothing really works without it. Everything, you can't even reverse publish without the edition tag. I'm gonna tag it for next week for now because I don't want it to go out on today.
Right. Okay.
The other thing the edition tag does is if you use your newsletters, it's needed for that. I think Matt probably could get it more into what editions are important for, but that's how I understand it so far.
That is a big part of it. That's true. Yep.
Okay. Featured image. So you pick one of your images that you've just uploaded. I'm going to pick the kid. And that becomes the thumbnail on your website. It also, if you use social media, that becomes the featured image on your social media. For things like Facebook and Twitter, it's important to have an image because our algorithms are looking for images. So it'll give you better coverage if you include images with things. You can also include an image that you don't put in your print edition. Like sometimes if I have just a schedule of events from the library, I'll just put in a picture of books or something like that so that we can put it on Facebook and it gets good coverage that way. So that's that. All right. After I do all that, I go up and I hit schedule. And it thinks for a minute, and then it will, and that's email from somebody. Okay, all right. Okay, so now the article is there. I didn't make this particularly good. If you want to look and see how it looks, you can look at your preview, and it'll build a little preview even if it's not yet published.
Right.
Which is, helpful. You might decide, the picture doesn't look good. I'm not going to mess with it right now, but that's where you would get an image, an idea of how it's going to look on your website.
Right.
All right.